Well, I just checked out of my hotel. That's a wrap on FanX, the huge Comic-Con here in Salt Lake City. Today I'm headed back home to Orange County, California. But before that, since there's no convention on Sunday, and I didn't know that, and therefore my flight isn't till late at night, I've decided to meet up with some friends and head up into the mountains. First though, I have unfinished business with this place. First of all, look at this, long time no see. We haven't had Lucky supermarkets in Southern California where I live in so long. Glad to see they're still alive. Second of all, yesterday at FanX, I kept roaming the convention floor looking for vintage toys. I couldn't find any. And so I decided to make up for it by coming to this little shop right here, Rogue Toys. There's a couple of locations in the Las Vegas area. I didn't know they had one in Salt Lake City till I searched this morning. But look at what's on the outside. It's calling me. He-Man, Optimus Prime, Boba Fett. I'm home. Okay, so Rogue Toys is always awesome. You always know you're gonna see something from your childhood in there, but I was not expecting this. Somebody obviously brought in an entire collection of crash dummies. This is a very specific thing most people won't remember, but this was huge in my childhood. I wanted them all, but they were here and gone so quickly. I was only ever able to grab a few. In fact, I remember dreaming and wishing that people would come to my birthday party and all I asked for was crash dummies. That was the birthday party nobody from my school showed up to. So I didn't have many of the figures, but I loved them. I used to make them out of like construction paper and stuff. I used to make my own crash dummies for years. So seeing that was out of this world. I also saw the plush one that like his arms and legs come off with Velcro, spin in there. And I just randomly, in the first 5 minutes of my day, completed a bucket list purchase, a figure that because of the plush I had, I always wanted and never got, a carded Spin. You guys remember the incredible crash dummies? They had that weird CGI episode. It felt like a movie. I always thought it was a movie, but I guess it was just a weird TV special, like in the 90s, in the early 90s, before Toy Story, I think. It looked so futuristic. It looked so cool. I watched that thing over. I recorded it on the VCR and watched it over and over and over and over. I was obsessed with the, I know it's random, obsessed with the crash dummies, the incredible crash dummies. I always hoped I would just run across one of these in the wild. Never thought it would be on a card. I'm so tempted to open these. They didn't survive because you push those buttons and they fly apart. Their arms and legs fly off. Same thing with the vehicles, the play sets, and so these didn't survive very long. Dude, that was awesome. What a fortuitous discovery. There we go. I finally completed my souvenir from this trip to Salt Lake City. Now I've just got to get some gas and cruise up into the mountains to meet up with my friends. Dude, I know it seems like a silly purchase, but it took 30 years for me to get that figure. 30 years. I feel like I just healed some childhood trauma. All right, now it's time to head up into the mountains. And I'm talking way up. Man, this turned out to be a beautiful drive. I was actually looking for an excuse to go up in the mountains maybe, or try to fill up my time that way before I head to the airport. And then I got the text from my friends. They were headed up here to Park City, Utah. Now this is weird. I've been nearby on the interstate many times, but I have not been up to Park City proper since March 25th, 2003. I know that's exactly what it was, because it just happened to be my birthday. Look at those gorgeous mountains right there. Beautiful. We're up at some pretty high elevation up here in Park City, an old silver mining town from the 1860s, just after the Civil War. It became a popular ski resort town up here, and then eventually home to the Sundance Film Festival. Now, when I was up here 22 years ago, there was snow everywhere. So this is my first time seeing Park City outside of winter, and gosh, it's gorgeous. Look at all that color. All right, we made it. Main Street, Park City, Utah. Boy, there's people everywhere up here. Church must have got out. I'll tell you one thing, for a town named Park City, there's not a lot of parking spots up here. Man, look at this place. Kind of awesome seeing the older buildings here, you know, the ones that are probably actually from the old mining town days. Boy, is it packed. Ooh, lucky me. I finally found the parking garage. Kind of surreal to be back here, man. Even more surreal to think it's been 22 years since I turned 20 years old right up here. Ooh, it was warm in Salt Lake City yesterday. It was like 80 degrees, a little chillier up here in Park City today. Had to throw on a jacket with sleeves, but I'm not embarrassed, because even the moon moose out here are cold. Look at this moose. He's got a blanket on, beautiful eyelashes, Mr. Moose. I'm assuming he's a mister. He got a big old rack on him. It's nice. I'm jealous of that. I'd be warm if I had that on. Super weird, man. Trying to remember 22 years ago or whatever. Trying to remember what it felt like to turn 20, and I can't. In many ways, I feel like I'm still 20, except the knees. The knees, not so much. All right, here we are. Hipster City, Main Street, Park City, Utah. Crazy to think that this was almost a ghost town in the 1960s before they opened up the first ski resorts up here. Dude, all I remember about this place from 20 years ago is being super broke. I was playing guitar for somebody's band and thinking, this is a place for rich people. And then I absolutely did not belong here. It's interesting to be here 22 years later, and I'm pretty much thinking the exact same thing. A lot of hipster boutiques, hipster clothes. Maybe I shouldn't say hipster, maybe I should say bougie. Even this place here, and this obviously older building, the Claim Jumper. Looks like it'd be an old bar a la Virginia City or something. Well, it is a modern art gallery over here, or art store, or something like that, bumping out some hip-hop music. I can see an old Elks Lodge building across the street, so there are some old buildings nestled among the hipness, but it feels a lot more like Beverly Hills or Palm Beach than where I'm from. Everybody looks so clean. Why does everybody look so clean? Dude, I'm pretty sure I had pizza in this building on my birthday 22 years ago. All right, here is where I'm heading. Here's the old city hall right here, built in 1885, and right next door, the entrance to the Park City Museum, and there are my buddies right over here. What'd you say?
You wore the same hat as me?
Yeah, I wanted to match you, so I wore the same hat. There's my buddy Kevin, there's Sonny right there. I feel uncomfortable in this place. Why does everyone look so clean, Kevin?
Yeah, and all the art stores.
Everything looks like money here. Something I don't have. Oh, look at that. Got a couple of Sunday cruisers up here in their Porsches. Yeah, dude. This ain't really my scene. Just a couple of local fellas out for a Sunday drive. Jeez, look how many of them there are. Kevin just said, poor man's Lamborghini. All right, well, one thing I know I can't afford here is coffee. You guys already started without me, but they're leading me up the hill. You what?
We found it on the street.
You just found it sitting on the street? Oh, you got free coffee? That's not fair. That looks like an old original building. The No Name Saloon and Grill. There's one guy out here who looks like he's my speed, my kind of guy. Got Flanagan's Irish Pub and Restaurant over here. Look at the Irish, we love pumpkins. I forgot the elevation's like 7,000 feet or something up here.
It's all uphill every way we
Yeah,
go.
we've only gone uphill a little ways though, and I'm already huffing and puffing up here. Ooh, maybe we could do a little light shopping, you know, pick up a Rolex or two over here. All right, this is weird. Kevin and Sonny. Whoa, free trolley, something I can afford. Kevin and Sonny told me there's a mine over here in this park. Could see a statue of a miner. But wait a minute, before we get to that, there's a man with an owl here. His name is Hoot. It's the best name for an owl ever.
We're looking at my phone, 124 movies.
120.
Look up Jeff and Hoot, you'll see those movies.
124 movies. Okay, here you go. Yeah.
We'll make a fist.
Make a fist.
Relax your arm inside. What's your name?
Justin.
Hey, Justin, he just weighs 5 pounds. I'm going to get him up close to your face. He's not right.
Oh, he's not heavy.
Bring him up here like this, Justin.
Okay.
You're looking right here, Justin.
That's the
tilt right into him.
Okay, that's the closest I've
you're
ever
going
been.
up this way. Just get a look at me.
Okay.
Get your head.
It's the closest I've ever been to an owl.
Justin, relax. You're being awful twitchy.
All right.
You will not hurt you.
I'm known for being twitchy.
Give me a thumbs up. Just relax your shoulders. Just relax.
Dude, that was wild. Hoot over there has been in more than 200 movies, including the Harry Potter films. This guy's offering pictures with the owl for 20 bucks. He's taking a heck of a lot of pictures too. Good value for money. I paid 80 bucks to take a picture with Bill Shatner yesterday. And Hoot's been in way more movies than him. Oh wait, I stand corrected. He said not quite 200. Over 100 though. Okay, this was what I was aiming at in the first place over here. We got a miner here with his old-timey lamp looking at a bar of silver, I guess? Is he holding an ancient scroll? A little sign over here with the very tiny text that they were mining silver and lead ore out of these mountains. And then back here in the back of this park, they got an old shovel loader back here, and then a little facsimile mine right here Actually, it's entirely possible that there are mines underneath our very feet. I mean, that's the case in Virginia City and many other old mining towns and old ghost towns, because it's not like the miners would find the ore and then go set up camp miles away. So creepy. Wonder what kind of spiders they got down there. Probably spiders as big as Hoot. Oh, look at that thing. Still got the chain on it. Hey, it looks like you could lube that thing up and she'd be raring to go. That was weird, dude. I've never hung out with an owl before. Dude, that was the wildest thing ever. That gentleman's name is Jeff Shelburg. He was a professional boxer. He was in my side of the mountain handling Frightful the Falcon. He just told us that he died once.
Yeah, he died once.
For 45 minutes, just don't worry about it. It's better up there. What do you say? It's like going for, it's like, living on the streets and being a billionaire.
Yeah.
Ooh, I almost forgot about the coffee, dude. That woke me up. That woke me up big time. That was cool. He said, make sure you talk to God because he hears you. Ooh, we got our sort of Sunday service there, Kevin. That was cool.
I'm ready to go.
I gotta hold an owl. All right. Look at this place, dude. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. Look at all the cows in here. They got milk. They got ice cream. Java cow. Okay. Look at the pipes up here even. They got udders on them. In the market for some souvenirs there? Some toys? Oh, you already got to? Oh, you guys spent some time at Java Cow. Stretch Armstrong. Oh, that is cool. I love when they like do the little mini retro. Oh, look at the Magic 8 Ball. It's so tiny. Ooh, I love some coffee. I love it a latte. Oh no, even in Park City. Dude, look at all the stuff in here. Ah, more Labubu's. Check out this freaking mug right there. They've even got the shot glass for you. Drink up. Look at this. Kevin's so sweet. He thought of me when he saw this sign right here. Aw, you guys are the best. They know me so well. I know you cannot tell on camera. The hardest thing in the world to show on camera are inclines and how steep something is. This is a pretty steep hill. I cannot imagine growing up here and trying to learn how to skateboard. But I guess you learn how to snowboard first in Park City. It is a pretty place. I feel better now that I have my friends. I do feel more at home now that I've found some friends to kick it with. And now that I met some of the locals, Hoot and Jeff. All right, here we go. This is what we came to see, the Park City Museum. I'm ready to learn. All right, I down the coffee, ready to go. Ready to go inside. Ooh, la la. Well, the gift shop rocks. Never seen so many stone moose before. Look at these old keys right there. Got some ornaments, some miners' helmets. I remember 2003 being here and not being able to afford coming in the museum, which by the way is not even that expensive. So that shows you the state of my affairs back then. All right, here we go. Going inside. Dude, look at that stagecoach right there. That's not something you see every day. Well, unless you work in this museum. What's 3 floors? This is a big place, Kev.
Pretty awesome already.
Wow, that is crazy. So this is the Kimball Stagecoach. Look at the old original mailbag right there. Don't know much about the history of Park City. Normally when I film a town like this or do an adventure like this, I'll do all kinds of research. We'll be deep diving in the history. Not today. Today we're just winging it up here. Dude, that is awesome right there. I love that. And I love this over here. They've got a little mock railroad car, so you can sit over here in some ancient railroad seats and look out the window. It's almost like the little Harry Potter train at Universal in Florida. Okay, this is really crazy. This is a 2-story model. There's Park City up there. And look how deep down the mines went. Look how tiny those little miners are in there. Holy moly. Oh, it goes even deeper over here. Once they invented elevator shafts. I wonder what's down there now. I wonder if there's any silver left. Oh, that's cool. Look at it. There's a little animated elevator coming down that mine shaft right there. You see it? Yeah, look at that. 900 feet down from wherever the surface is. That's crazy. And they dug it all out with this little hammer. Oh, look at them. Best friends. They don't want to sit apart. They want to sit close. Wow, this is impressive, man. I got to do a little more research before I come back to Park City. I've got a friend, my buddy Parker Jacobs, one of the co-creators of Yo Gabba Gabba, who's up here all the time because they film that show up in Park City now. So I've been wanting to come up here. I don't think they're in production at the moment or I'd hit them up, but look at this. Look at this right here. See this little tiny cage that the miners used to go down in? Then look how it's like a 2-story elevator, the freaking ore cart above you. I feel like the miners should have gone above the ore cart there. This thing is tiny right here, okay? Cannot imagine being in that thing, going down 900 feet under the earth with nothing to protect you. You stick your arm out, dude, you're gonna get your arm taken right off. So the other night, I was in Beverly Hills meeting up with a friend. I was leaving the hotel. I was on the 8th floor. I had to go to the bathroom. I said, I'll go to the bathroom in the lobby. I get in the elevator. As soon as I got on, it just like didn't do anything. The doors closed and it just lurched. I'm like pushing the door open button, the doors were open. Oh no, I'm stuck in the elevator and I have to pee. And it finally opened up and I went all the way down the stairs, 8 floors. Just that minute, stuck in a modern, large elevator, and I got more claustrophobic than I have ever been in my life. So I cannot even imagine going down that thing right there. That's gonna stick with me for a while. I love this little general store setup that they've got in here. Fun fact, this general store used to be owned by Tom Cruise. Got all the tools of the trade, as it says, all your weights and measures, got all your cans. These are amazing artifacts. Like, where do you just find an old lard can in premium mint condition like that? Oh, and look at this. They've got Prince Albert in a can. They better let him out. Got an old, like, little ski lift there, a little Skyway car. Look down here, old wooden pipes. That's right, they used to hollow out logs and make pipes out of wood. An old dress there, some accoutrement. Look at this miniature pool table. Gotta have some funtivities down in the mines. I love seeing this old miner's jacket. It's hard to see with all the glare in here. I didn't come prepared. I don't have a polarizing lens. Kind of amazing, the stuff they've kept. Look at these old theater style seats. You got skis and various conveyances down those snowy slopes from over the generations, over the years. This is a really cool museum. And bear in mind, we're still in the first room. I love these here, like this stage setup. Oh look, the Blair Witch Project. It debuted at the Sundance Film Festival. Look at this old theatrical setup they've got here. And look at the old advertising on the curtain before the show would start. And this is really cool. This looks like an old popcorn machine. They got the old jukebox in here. And this is really, look at a lantern slide projector right there. So these are big old glass slides that they would put and do slideshows back in the day when photography was new, when the world was young. Crowds would sit in there and you'd give a slideshow, you know? Not how I think of slideshows. I think of like, you know, like The Simpsons when the ants come over and they're showing all the slides and everyone's bored to death. Well, unless you're at a Charles Phoenix presentation. Those slideshows are a little more interesting. I keep being drawn back to this. I want to buy some beech nut chewing tobacco right there. I'm gonna learn me to chaw, boys. Oh, speaking of tobacco, look at this. Miners Club cigars. I gotta get one of those cigar boxes right there. Look at the miner on it. That is cool. Crazy that they used to let miners smoke cigars, right? Huh? Yeah. Huh? Back in my mom's day. All right, I'm trying to figure out how we go upstairs into the next part of the museum. Is that John Wayne up there? Oh, look at this. They got a horseless fire wagon jammed in here. I think we are now entering the old fire hall. You can tell it's an old building. Look at the old brick column right there. It was load bearing. They couldn't get rid of that one. Here we have a better view. I could see this outside from the street, of course, through that window. But wow, that is one cool fire truck. Not my favorite fire truck. My favorite fire truck is the one built by Bob Gurr for Disneyland. It's still puttering around Main Street, USA. But this is a close second. Oh, look at that. Here's Johnny. I love these. I love seeing the old bars, especially all these old bars with those huge mirrors. Before the Transcontinental Railway was finished in the United States, mirrors like that and bars would be shipped over from Europe to New York and then shipped down around South America all the way to the West Coast, then shipped overland by wagon to get to someplace like this. So whenever you're in like an old saloon or something in the Old West and they tell you, oh, that bar's been here since 1850 something, keep that in mind because it makes it a lot more impressive. All right, I'm seeing signs here for bar talk. They got some old bottles here. Oh, look at that. You can come get some chocolate at the bar. Because this place has interactive displays, I'm kind of wondering if I pull up to the bar. There it is, right there. The mirror is a magic mirror. So much interactive stuff at museums now. I've been to local museums in the most random places that rival Disneyland in terms of just the technology that they use and stuff like that. But I've also been to museums that completely over-rely on the technology and then forget to put artifacts out anywhere. It looks like this is more of a flex space here. Weird.
Stop talking and give me a sarsaparilla.
Oh, that's crazy. Look at this little artifact. Speaking of, behind the bar, the old matchbox machine. For 5 cents, you get yourself 2 boxes of matches.
That way you could have a smoke alongside your Kentucky nectar.
Okay, so look at this little box of these tubes of stone. I think that might be what that miner statue was holding. These are core samples, so I guess they would drill down and take out samples of the rock, see what they were working with before they actually dug all the way down to get there. And they've got some core samples on the walls here with the names of museum donors inscribed on them. And I was coming back in here to find my friends. I lost them. Oh, I guess there was a stairway up here. I totally missed that. Let me see if I can... Wait, what am I doing? There's a freaking elevator right here. I'm gonna wait for the elevator. Oh, that's nice. Modern... Wait, what? M? M. Oh, and now my story about the hotel elevator just came into my head. Please, open. Open. Open faster. Oh my goodness, would you look at this? Look at the size of that bucket right there. Look at that. There's a hole in my bucket. Dear Liza, dear Liza. Oh, I don't like this as much, but gives you kind of a bird's eye view of the old mail coach right there, the old stagecoach. And I found Sonny, and there's Kevin. Oh, and look at this. It's the top of that model. Check that out. Look at the aerial tramway for getting the ore buckets down to the railroad cars. Look at that. Working wheel in there. They should have the little ore cars moving right there. They should call... the elevator. Well, the elevator, yeah, the elevator's moving. Oh, there's a dude on a bike. He's on one of those little pumpy railroad... I don't know what those things are called. I never know. I pumped one before. That sounds weird. But I don't know what they're called. The little Looney Tunes things, you know? They're always in Looney Tunes. Whoa. Look at that. It's Gandalf. You shall not pass. Somebody put him in the Mines of Moria in there. That is so fun. It's a Lego Gandalf. Okay, they just pointed this out. There's a Thor right there. It's hard to see. Somebody's been popping Legos all over this place. Oh, look at this. Like every old Western town, Park City had its own fire. Park City's awful fire there in 1898. It all started in this tent. The Great Typewriter Fire, I'm presuming. Oh, I'm standing into one of those
3 pistol shots fired
speaking
by
things.
police
It's
in Walton at 4
strobing
o'clock
into my
Sunday morning
eyes.
last sounded the death knell of Park City's happiness.
That sounded a little dramatic right there. No, the typewriter and the tent is because there was a great fire, but the newspaper immediately set up shop in a tent and apparently never missed a single issue. Look at this right here. You got Park City before the fire back in the mining days and then after the fire. See, this is the Park City that I'm interested in, though, is the old Western Park City right there. Not so much the Sundance Film Festival, part of Park City. Oh, check it out. We're in the fire department still, or the firehouse, whatever it's called. And this is the bell tower. Look at all those old hoses hanging up in there. And then down below us, make me a little nervous, the fire truck. Why does it have like a plastic tub in the seat? I guess to catch all the bird droppings or bat droppings. Oh, that's pretty cool. It says it was built in 1901. I almost said. So it's from this century. See? Shows you where my head is at. So crazy that out west they're still building like old Western looking buildings or mining out here, hanging out in saloons, gambling, doing all that old West stuff. And then back east, the Wright brothers were working on their freaking airplanes. What a wild time to be alive back then. It's pretty crazy. I love this mezzanine up here. Like vertigo hasn't struck me yet. So I'm enjoying the... No, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. We're about to head back down the stairs. And then I just noticed this Cornish Pump. I think there was a bar around the corner from me called that when I lived in Long Beach. There's a little mine car in there, going side to side. This model's bringing us acres of pleasure. Look at this sticker, left over from COVID, presumably. Mind your distance. Okay, there's definitely a downstairs, right? Because look at that. There's a hole in the ground. Where'd they go? Ah, you guys are finding all the secrets in this place. Oh, it's behind the model. Oh, we're going underground. We're gonna join the ghosts of all these fellas trapped underground forever. Oh, sweet. This is the best. Look at that. Okay, so there's one of your lifts right there. Yeah, look at that, dude.
It actually moves.
So how many people, you think they'd stick probably 3 or 4, 5 guys in that thing? and send them down the shaft, bro. Heck no.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Maybe I would do it for Randomland, but I wouldn't do it for fun. This is cool. Look at this. The world's first underground ski lift. When United Park City Mines Company opened a ski resort in 1963, they converted an old mine drain tunnel into an underground ski lift. Dude, that thing is still rocking and rolling. Silencio. Shh. Dude, so this thing used to carry miners, and then it carried skiers. That is crazy. Oh, look at it. Got your little video display in there. All right, you guys can cuddle up there. I'm gonna sit in the back where I belong. Just watch your dome. This is how Shaq feels getting into an Escalade. Look at that, dude. Hey, Kevin, you build movie cars. You gotta build one of these things, but on wheels. Yeah, super stretch. Oh my gosh, why? Rock and roller coaster. Dude, I love seeing ore carts. Whenever I would travel around the Old West, I always wanted to find and buy an ore cart. I don't know how I would move it. Those things are darn heavy, but they are expensive now. Like, try to find an old ore cart for sale. You will be shocked how much they cost, especially considering you see them all over the Old West just sitting out in front of like gas stations and stuff like that. They cost a pretty penny. Okay, I collect bicycles, old bicycles. I don't have one of those. Wow, look at this. Here's a map of the mines and the tunnels running all over Park City. That's crazy. I cannot decode this map. You're saying you think it's people's claims? Yep. Maybe? Because at first I thought it was maybe tunnels. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Why are there so many squares? See? That's why I got to bring smart people with me. Oh, look at this. Look at this sick drill right here. Is that a hydraulic drill? You can, a jackleg drill. You can jack out all the ore from here. Got some old carbide lamps. If you've ever actually seen a lit carbide lamp, they are very, very, very dim. I cannot imagine being down in a dark tunnel with no sunlight whatsoever, just working by the dim light of one of those lamps. Ooh, look at this. I like this little display. Check it out. Got your dynamite and all the little drilled out holes. They're all wired up. And then you got the plunger. Look at this. I didn't notice this. The jackleg drill. It works so loud down here in the basement. Oh my God. We don't know if we're supposed to do this. Any second, the museum staff's gonna come down here like, what are you doing to our drill?
Watch out, boy. We're doing some blasting.
Whoa!
Gee, Jehoshaphat, we're gonna get rich.
Now look at the old fuses, old dynamite boxes in here. That is so freaking crazy. Not only are you down there where you can bonk your head, knock your brains out, you're digging a bunch of rocks that have letters on them. What are these? Oh, these are the silver. I got the silver. Then you're working with dynamite. People are blowing stuff up. Hopefully nobody fell asleep in the next tunnel. I'm getting claustrophobic just being down here in the basement. Wait a minute. What's this?
Somebody done broke out of their cell.
Oh, this is weird. Oh, what? Is that the toilet?
That's the toilet.
Oh, man. So was this was actually the old jail? No way. My fourth grade teacher always said I would end up in jail. She was right. Look at that. Dude, that is look at this. This isn't a jail. This is a dungeon. We're like straight up underground. Oh, whoa, whoa. An interactive display.
Miners also stared at these four walls. They found themselves here after standing up for their rights at a time when workers held little or no power.
Oh, they locked up the strikers back then. They didn't tolerate any commie nonsense back in the day. Dude, that is so cool. Look at that back there. That is some legit old school protester artwork in the jail. Oh, this is cool. Oh no, they used to lock up the Shriners? What's going on? Ah, maybe I shouldn't give to the Shriners Children's Hospital anymore. Oh, look at that. Hey, Jim Nash was in here, guys. Jim Nash! It's too dark. I gotta go out. I don't know. I just got a little claustrophobic. It was that elevator ride. Oh, wow, look at all the cells in here. Let's see if I can get the camera between these bars. Wow, I feel like Marty knows why. I don't remember bars on these windows. Oh, look at that. Dude, I hope they had electricity when this place was being. This is a tiny little cell.
Oh no, I done fudged up. I done messed up and they locked me in the hole again.
Whenever I see these like hanging chads, what are they called? The hanging light bulbs. I just think of the Happiness Hotel. We'll fit right into Happiness Hotel. awesome. Pardon me, fellas. Pardon me, guys. What?
This jail wasn't always this nice.
Oh, was it not? Oh, it had dirt floors back in the day. Ah, so you were in jail and you were dirty.
Yeah.
All right, can you guys excuse me? I need to make. Oh, Kevin, see? This is why I bring you with me. Kevin actually reads the signs. So this wood is charred from the Great Fire.
It's built to last.
Dang, that's amazing. This is a cool museum. Oh, look at this.
Justice in this mining camp.
The wanted poster talks. Oh, wow, dude. Look, 1970. They locking people up in here in 1970? Well, I guess it pays to have money in your town because most small town local museums are not this extensive, this nice, or this interactive. Look at the original stone there to build the basement. Check out these obviously very old stairs. Some old nails in this thing. Hope you got your tetanus shot. This is awesome. It's a cool diversion. Oh! We're back in the bar. Convenient. I'm getting thirsty. Oh my gosh, forget the bar. Look at rolly chairs. Surf's up, fellas. It's more fun than the museum. See, now I forgive them for this blank space. The blank space makes sense now. All right, we're exiting through the gift shop now. Look at this. They've got a peregrine falcon here. Just like Frightful. What they need is some stuffed owls, you know? You have some Hoot merch in the museum. Jeff needs to collab with the folks at the museum here. The good news, we ate up some time. We've only got like 8 hours till our flights. Ooh, geodes. I finally found the perfect gold for me. Kevin, how'd they get my gold?
Nice.
They got my gold in here. All right, we did it. We learned, we enriched our minds in Park City, and there are flakes of snow falling from the sky. A little September snowfall. Oh my gosh, look at this. Adam the Woo? All right, well, when we came out of the museum, it started raining for a while, so we just sat on a bench and talked and kind of hung out for a while, which was actually really refreshing and kind of fun. Once again, to go back to the old days, it reminds me of the old band days. You show up in town, the show's not for 3 hours, so you just kind of sit there on a bench and hang out. It's definitely strange to be back in a place I haven't been to for 22 years. A place I was totally miserable in the last time I was here. Most miserable birthday ever. Probably even worse than the one I was telling you about where I had a party and nobody came. And then show up today on the fly, have a little fun, see a great museum, hold an owl. It was a great time. A great time. And now I'm going back to the beginning of the labyrinth. They're taking off to the airport, but they're gonna go get a meal first. I'm about to leave the rest of my coffee here in Park City where it belongs, and then head back down the mountain myself. All right, well, a cruise down the mountain, little bit of stinging rain, big old fat rain, back down I-80, saying goodbye to Salt Lake City. Huge shout out to everybody who came out yesterday to FanX. Well, yesterday for me, probably a while ago for you. Turns out I filmed a lot yesterday, so there's a lot to edit there. I'm not quite done yet. Now it's time to go return this hoss to the stable, get on an airplane. I don't know why I'm talking like that. Here's the weird thing. Played shows in Salt Lake City with the Scarred back in the day, some punk rock shows, and I have absolutely no idea where. I have no memory of where or when. I remember navigating the streets. I remember being in Salt Lake City and being like, SLC Punk on stage. People being like, woo! If anybody ever finds like old Scarred flyers, send them to me, because I have no darn memory of it. All right, here we go. Into the airport. That's what I'm looking for. Rental car return. I'm looking for budget. I'm looking for budget, which, by the way, I would never recommend. Go with Enterprise, dude. Enterprise is the way. All right, well, here we are at budget. Just dropped off the car over here. I don't recommend budget. I highly recommend Alamo, Enterprise, one of those. I feel bad even saying that, but I've had horrible experiences at Orlando and here. Never had a bad experience with Enterprise once in my life, you know? The car was fine here, but the employees were a little bit of a hassle. Not the ones I dropped it off with, the ones I picked it up from. Oh man, it was a mess. Every time I use budget, it's like that Seinfeld episode, like, why do I have a reservation if I'm not going to get the car? I wonder if Jerry Seinfeld loves or hates that everyone on Earth has an impression of him. Now, however, I do highly recommend Salt Lake City's freaking airport. Look at this. Even the rental car parking garage entrance is gorgeous. It's like one of the most calming, peaceful airports. Whoa, where's my luggage going? I have ever been inside of. Seriously, if I was an airport reviewer, 10 out of 10. I've mostly only ever switched planes here. It's my first time just rolling into the airport. And the ease, the ease. Like normally I don't like modern art much. It's little emperor's new clothes for me. They've got all these sculptures, this barely audible piano music, nice and relaxing. And then look at this. Look at these crazy, weird sound wave style sculptures up here. Crazy. All right, I checked in my bag. Now time to find my terminal. Well, go through security first. We'd better be secure. All right, made it through security. Now to find my gate and go home. Dude, why is everything so clean in Utah? Like, I feel like you could eat off this floor. My favorite thing about this whole trip is I flew out of Orange County into Salt Lake City and then back to Orange County, John Wayne Airport. That's what you want, dude. You don't want to go to LAX. Oops, went the wrong way there for a second. Maybe I need glasses. Look at this. So clean, hip and humble. I feel like that's the perfect way to describe Utah. Okay, there's my gate. There it is. And here's the weird thing. I left my friends behind in Park City, you know. But look at this. Look at this restaurant right across from my gate. Who should we find but my buddies? Well, it's a good thing I found those guys because they pointed out to me that what I thought was my gate number was my seat number. And I actually was over this way. All right, a couple of months ago, I can't even remember where I was flying to or back from, but I changed planes here in Salt Lake City, and I was like, oh great, Orange County. That's my flight. It was the same time. It said Orange County. I was sitting at the gate waiting forever and ever and ever. I queued up to go in the gate, and I bided my sweet time, like I'll just get on the plane last, you know, kind of thing. And then it turned out I wasn't flying into Orange County, I was flying into Long Beach, and I had to run all the way through the airport, through a tunnel, to the other terminal on the other side. So this time I'm triple checking my ticket. All right, got a seat right by the gate. Now time to do a little editing, and then fly home. All right, well, I got a little bit done, but I'm annoyed because that TV just showed me that they have an Allosaurus named Allie, A-L-L-Y, just like my Allie, but it's in the other terminal. Oh, if I'd only seen that like 30 minutes ago, because the plane is here now. Dang it. All right, everybody's lining up. I hate talking on planes. Give you just a little view of it. And I'll see you back in Orange County. Unexpected.
Yeah, right?
I've never got off the plane in Orange County outdoors before. I did not even know if they ever did this here.
I'll tell you what, it's good to be home.
All right, there we go. Indoors now to find the luggage. Dude, I've been flying into and out of Orange County off and on for basically, I don't know, 30 years. I have never gotten off a plane here and then just walked out into the open air like that. That was cool. Too bad you can't request that gate every time, you know. All right, we're almost home. I don't know why, I just felt compelled to bring you guys with me today. Normally I don't film journeys like this. I find airports to be incredibly boring, especially airplanes. Just personally, I'd rather never see an airport or an airplane again. I'm waiting for them to invent the Star Trek teleporter, you know, so I could just be there. I guess I was just so excited to go back home today. I wanted you guys to come with me. Oh, there we are. John Wayne. There's just one little thing I'm not sure about. Who in the world is coming to get me? Now I just have to hope that somebody's coming to get me. I'm sitting pretty far back in that plane. Looks like the entire rest of the plane is here already. Come on, suitcase, come on down. All right, the luggage is finally coming down. Sweet. All right, I eventually got my suitcase. All that's left to do now is pay tribute to the Duke over here and see who in the world is coming to get me. Oh, I know who's coming to pick me up now. He loves tuna. He loves to be fake. He loves Knott's Berry Farm scary clowns. He's almost here. It's Tyler. And Bogey, dude. What's Bogey doing? Bogey driving, bro?
He's the airport guy.
He got his driver's permit, dude.
Yeah, he can't stay home.
All right.
So.
This adventure's over, bro. Time to go home or sleep well.
Or is it just beginning?
What do you listen to? Alkaline Trio?
Always, dude.
Weird. See you guys next time. Bye. Tyler's new nickname is Big Ty. Because you don't like Tuna Tyler.
You decide on a lot of
Why
stuff.
don't you like Tuna Tyler, though?
I'm never... what's the word? We never have, like... We
Tuna?
never convene, and we never, like... Do this, you want this to be your nickname? You just say a name.
Okay, do you want Big Ty to be your nickname?
I don't want... No, I do not want Big Ty. That's... I don't even know what that... First of all, I'm thinking of a big tie, like that a giant
No, Big
clown would
T-Y.
wear.
Big Ty.
And then
Big Ty, like
and
one
then
word.
And then if you say Big Ty like a guy, that feels like, oh, it's my neighbor Big Ty, like they're my friend's dad, you know, Big Ty. Like,
all right, Tuna Tyler it is. Let's just simplify. Let's just simplify things.
It doesn't need to be that either. It could just be Tyler.
We could call you Carnival Tyler, but that's too long. So Tuna Tyler. Oh, look at this! I came home, and it's Halloween in here. How spooky!